What's up, DJ Emily? How y'all doing?
What's up, Brandon?
Good
Great
to see you
shirt,
guys.
handsome.
No. Don't start the interview like that. He's my friend. That's my boy.
Listen, I think I just made a new friend, DJ. I don't know, man. Actually, I have to start. So I talked to James Gunn earlier today, and he told me to send a message. I hope you know what this means, Rock. He said, "Sweetheart, pardon my French. I love you, but leave me the alone." And he said to follow that with, "I hope to see you soon."
Yes.
Why does he say that to you?
Because he made a movie called Slither many years ago.
Are you in Slither?
No. But I love that movie. And that was a movie came out when we met. We were looking for something to do together. And at the end, he closes his whole movie with this great song that I'm going to play for you later.
Oh, God.
Yes.
You're like, I'm going to sing it for you later.
Leave me the alone. It is a great song.
Wait, you have played that song before. I know.
Sent it to you.
Yeah, I think you did.
So
I'm just relieved you knew what that meant, to be honest, because that was a bold message for me to deliver.
No, I'm glad you did deliver it.
We got to talk about Jungle Cruise, man. First of all, you start the movie with some dad jokes and some burns to some of your customers. I thought those were a lot of fun. They reminded me of some of your WWE days. So I want to know, is it easier to cut promos on people like that when you're doing it on a microphone in WWE or when you're doing it off a script on set?
That's a good question, actually.
A great question.
A great question.
It's easier. I mean, both are easy in a way, but there's nothing like a WWE crowd when you have a microphone and that kind of interaction, because I'm always listening to the crowd and the crowd will really inform where I go. But on set, when you work with, one of the greatest of all time in Emily and our great director, Jaume, and we had a great writer, Michael Green, it lent itself to just great dialogue too as well. And especially this kind of quippy back and forth that, as you know, Brandon, I loved doing that in WWE, especially when I had someone who I could go back and forth with. And Emily, there's like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And then Emily.
There's like Emily Blunt.
That is praise right there. I dig it. Emily.
Along lines with Stone Cold?
In terms of just trust. Yeah.
I love that.
I think in Jungle Cruise 2, you need to bust out a stunner on him. I think that's the logical next step.
What's that?
Well, you guys will have to.
I'll show her later.
A stunner on me?
You on him.
Guys, I don't know what we're encouraging here.
Emily, I do want to listen. You've been one of my favorite women in just action films. While I feel like this generation of women in such roles are emerging, and you're also playing a character in this film that also seems to be pioneering like adventurous roles for women. Do you find a parallel in the ambitious opportunities you've been creating for yourself and what Lily is going on in Jungle Cruise?
You are asking very cool questions and they give me food for thought. Yeah. They make me think. I do want to play people that, for whatever reason, I feel I have an in with them. And it's really ethereal as to why I think I have an in with them. So I don't think I'm nearly as adventurous spirited as Lily is, but I do love the leap into the unknown. I really do. I love it about every choice I make. I just like to do stuff that moves me. So that hopeful spirit that she has was close to home. I loved it. I understood it.
Dude, I love that you brought your director, Jaume Collet-Serra. I'd love to know what you and Hiram saw on Jungle Cruise that said, I want to work with this guy further going into Black Adam, because I think he did a great job here.
Thank you. It's a great question. What myself and Hiram saw is exactly what Emily saw, which is someone who is a passionate director. He comes from an ilk of very talented Spanish filmmakers of this era and time and a generation that's so respected. And also he builds worlds. He does that incredibly well, as you've seen now with Jungle Cruise. And he can take the backdrop and the setting of something that's massive and enormous in terms of a world building and still make these moments feel very, very intimate, which you saw with Emily and I. So you can imagine then what he will do with Black Adam. I've shared so many pictures with Emily on set of Black Adam, and
so gorgeous to look at. It's such a spectacle. It's like you will love it. It's so gorgeous. It's really cool.
Could you talk a little bit about to Brandon about how you feel about Jaume? Yeah, because you always
I feel very similarly, but I think that's what I love about Jaume is he's really ambitious. He's never a guy who has his head in his hands. I think that nothing is ever good enough, so he pushes and strives, but he digs for gold. He recognizes where the nuance of the film is and where the beauty is. And I think that it's because of his free-spirited approach that we were able to stretch the scenes around and improv. And that's why the scenes feel so alive and they're so sparkly. And it's just because Jaume lets you have a free reign. So he doesn't rule with this iron fist. He's a delight. I mean, we could talk about him all day, as you know. Like, we love to talk about him.
And by the way, I will say this about Jaume. Emily and I have talked about this. You know, we shot this movie 3 years ago, and now it's coming out. Now the world is getting ready to see his capabilities and his real skill set as a director and a storyteller and a filmmaker. And of course, we locked him up for Black Adam, but he's like Hollywood's best kept secret right now.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
But we now need to lock him up in every project we're both doing.
Yes.
I'm locking him up in everything I'm doing next.
Me too.
So his roster is full, Hollywood. Back up.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. I congrats on another great movie, guys. You both are great, and you're so great together. Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks,
Good to see you, man. Tell everybody in Nashville we said hello.
I'll let them know, brother. I'll keep representing for you.
All right, bro. See you down the line.